Hello and welcome to Talk of the Townsends. I'm Benedict Townsend.
And I'm Hannah Townsend.
Wait, I've just got it. It's like Talk of the Town. That's crazy.
That was actually funny when we said it for the very first time out loud. I think it was when we were actually asking people to vote for us for an award, which is funny, or for what we will come on to. And we said Talk of the Townsends. And people were like, wait, it's a play on words for Talk of the Town. I wonder how many people didn't get the reference.
There is that thing where if you just hear a thing enough times, it doesn't register to you that it is a pun or something. Especially if the pun is really bad. It's like how the Beatles is technically wordplay because it's a play on the word beat. But it's like, it doesn't really make any sense. It's
Is that why they named themselves that?
Yeah, but it's like, why Beatles?
Nuki is our cat is sitting on all of the wires. So I'm just hoping and praying that the sound from this works. Do you think that's all right?
I think it's all right. She's also dangerously close to the button on our machine that makes our voices sound like a monster. But,
well, she's actually very close to the radiator, so she's probably warming her cockles.
That's her happy place.
Cockles.
We were invited to a very excited event the other morning. Were we not, Hannah?
We were indeed. And it was at a very posh hotel.
The Savoy, no less.
Oh, lovely.
I've
never been inside.
You beat me to it. I was going to say my first time inside the Savoy.
It was beautiful. It was absolutely lovely.
It really lived up to the glam I was expecting. I'd been to the theatre there, but I'd never been into the hotel.
The theatre.
That's the thing about really fancy hotels in the city you live. It's like, when would I ever be inside the Savoy? You know where I fancy for a holiday?
The Savoy.
Half an hour from here.
We were there for a morning with BAFTA. They were announcing their Rising Star Award nominees. Try saying that fast.
Now, this is an award that has got a very crazy track record.
Right.
Basically, everyone who has ever won the Rising Star Award is now like an insanely famous and celebrated actor. Last year, David Johnson won, who you all know from Industry, from The Long Walk. But going back, all the way, I think it's been running for like 20 years now. I think Tom Hardy won it. I mean, like... Lashana Lynch, Emma Mackey, Mia McKenna-Bruce. These are names.
Yeah, and Mia McKenna-Bruce was actually there. She was in one of our favourite films, which we literally always recommend it on this pod, How to Have Sex.
Yeah.
Hard to Google.
Yes.
Great film.
One of the worst SEO named movies of all time, but she's unbelievable in that film. She also does some of the best drunk acting we've ever seen. She actually spoke about that at the event.
Yeah, she said she would twirl round in a circle to make herself dizzy. I think this might have been for the audition process.
Yes.
And that kind of makes you feel all a bit woozy to get into kind of fake drunk mode.
I sincerely hope she wasn't doing that on the actual movie because her character is drunk for most of that movie. And the idea of her just spinning 12 hours a day makes me very queasy.
Yeah, she was also talking about, she's got incredible things in the pipeline coming up as well upon winning this award.
Sorry, can I just read you? So 2011, Tom Hardy won the award, okay? Can I read you the other nominees? Gemma Arterton, Andrew Garfield.
Stop.
Aaron Johnson, Emma Stone, and Aaron Johnson here is Aaron Taylor Johnson.
What?
So they pick good nominees.
That was the group. That was the category.
Those were the nominees. Because also at the time, like, some of those people were quite famous, but they were all on the up. Now you look at them and like, wow, it's just a bunch of A-listers.
Yeah.
But that is how people, presumably, will look back at this group of nominees in the future.
Yeah, so put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah. We also got a chance to talk to the nominees that were there. Some of the other ones were off filming because it's a busy bunch. Lovely group of people we chatted to.
Absolutely wonderful.
Shall we run through all the nominees and why they're nominated?
No.
Okay.
I'm joking. Let's do it because it's such an exciting group. And we managed to guess a fair few of them.
Well, the one that we absolutely fully guessed was Robert Aramayo.
Yes, because we had just watched I Swear.
Yeah, that was the film that famously Hannah and I sat down, put our cards on the table and said, these are our top films of 2025. And then we watched I Swear and we were like, we may have spoken too soon.
Far too soon.
If you've not seen I Swear, it's a film about a real life guy who had Tourette's and became like a campaigner for Tourette's. And Robert Aramayo plays him. He plays the Tourette's expertly.
Yeah.
So carefully, so wonderfully tuned. He also does a Scottish accent in that film that is so good, we thought he was just Scottish.
Yes, we couldn't believe it.
Then we met him and he's just a northern guy.
From Hull.
He's from Hull.
Absolutely. He started speaking on stage and we were like, he's not Scottish. Incredible accent. He is unbelievably good in that film. It is, because we've spoken about it. It is a subject that could be quite close to the wire if done untastefully,
especially because they do play with the sort of unintentional humor of Tourette's and how it can cause sort of comedic situations, but at its core he always plays the difficulty of it.
Yes. watching him, you know, living with Tourette's, I mean, it's difficult for many reasons, but it just feels so tiring. He's great at conveying how tiring it must be to be frustrated with yourself and not being meaning to do stuff.
Because I think Tourette's in the popular imagination is always associated with just unintentional swearing. And he has that. Obviously, the film's called I Swear, but also a part of it can be tics, you know, like unintentional movements and jerks. And, you know, and he plays that really well as well. And you see as you say, the exhaustion on his face with it.
He is brilliant. I mean, I cannot wait to see what he does next.
Do you think, I've had a long running theory that people from the north of England, or I guess just anywhere that isn't London, are better at doing Scottish accents? Because Jodie Comer did a great accent in 28 years. And obviously she's from Liverpool.
I guess it just depends if you're good at accents or not. If you paid me £1 million, I couldn't do a Scottish accent. I know I'm from London, but I just don't think I'm equipped.
It might also be that Jodie Comer is famously an amazing actor.
She's also amazing at loads of different accents. So I feel like that's a really poor example of someone. You know, someone who is absolutely incredible at every accent they do. Do you think she has I don't know.
Why do you think Jodie Comer is so good at acting? Is it the Scouse thing? Miles Caton is nominated from Sinners, little indie movie you may have heard of.
The top of most people's 2025 films ranked, Sinners.
A movie that has already found a place in popular culture and film history.
Yes.
That is going to, regardless of what happens this awards season with Sinners, and I think it will do well, it's kind of already gone beyond that point.
Because it actually came out, I mean, it was the very beginning, right, of 2025.
Yeah.
And I'm still seeing it being like logged continuously on Letterboxd, as in like, here are the top films of the week. And Sinners is still in it. Because I guess the buzz, I mean, you know, it's like a...
I think it's the combo of unbelievable word of mouth, but I also think it's a big rewatch movie.
Yeah.
We know people who've watched it so many times. Because it's really fun. It's that nice combo of a movie that is like well made and has like interesting things to say, but also is like a real ride.
I totally agree.
Miles's performance is also so key to that movie being so good.
Music is such a key part of this movie's success, and he is obviously so musically gifted.
It's actually quite infuriating because obviously he's putting in like an amazing acting performance and then he just casually, you know, starts singing and it's like, all right, Miles, save something for the rest of us.
Yeah, literally. From one absolutely huge movie to another, we've got One Battle After Another. Chase Infiniti is nominated for her first movie role ever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's her first ever feature film. And it's a movie called One Battle After Another, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, Tiana Taylor, Regina Hall, Sean Penn. I don't know if you've heard of it. Paul Thomas Anderson. Kind of a large movie.
And we came out and we were like, she is incredible.
She really holds her own. The move she does, I keep talking about it, where she closes a car door by driving really fast. So sick. But she also has like a really specific energy, like, which is such a movie star thing, where I'm like watching her, you know, sometimes you watch a young actor and you can see who they've been inspired by.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they're kind of doing the... I'm like, no, like there's a real specific Chase Infiniti vibe I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
I mean, we've spoken about it. I think Leonardo DiCaprio is at his best in this movie. I think Sean Penn is also at his best in this movie. And she is holding her own in these rooms with these seasoned actors.
Especially Sean Penn, who is giving such a huge performance.
Huge.
And like an enormous performance that works totally. And a terrifying performance.
Yeah.
And those scenes where it's just the two of them and she's completely holding her own, but in a way you fully believe.
Absolutely.
Also, she is named after Dr. Chase Meridian, Nicole Kidman's love interest in the movie Batman Forever.
I didn't know that.
She plays Batman's love interest. Her name is Dr. Chase Meridian. I'm pretty sure there was a IMDb trivia fact that's like she's called Chase because Batman is chasing her. And then I think Infiniti is after To Infinity and Beyond.
Wow, so she was always made to be in a movie.
She was born for the movies.
What are we going to call... Well, our firstborn is going to obviously be called James Bond Jr.
Yeah.
We've spoken about this endlessly, to the point where I worry that we will end up... We'll give the kid on the legal papers a quote-unquote standard name.
Yeah.
However... we will just refer to them. To her, him or her, or them.
Or them.
As James Bond Jr.
James Bond Jr., JBJ. We've also got Archie Madekwe for Lurker. Of course, we previously saw Archie in your favourite, Saltburn.
Oh, man. Saltburn's like one of my comfort movies. And I think Archie just, whatever he is in, he just elevates.
Absolutely. What's interesting about Lurker is that he plays this kind of pop star called Oliver, and and the film is about the pop star. Rock star and like a fan, and their sort of strange parasocial relationship and the relationship between them. But apparently he auditioned for the other role originally. And then they were like, actually, you seem a lot more like a cool musician, which has got to be a compliment.
Well, no, we actually heard the story that the casting director or the director saw him in a cafe in LA and was lurking on him, watching him.
Yes, he got lurked.
He got lurked on, just happened to see him in a cafe in LA and thought he'd actually be better for the other part. How crazy is that?
But also, what a compliment. Like, I've been watching you for a while, and I think you could actually play an international star.
I'll be like...
I think you're actually more of a cool musician type.
I'll be like, what was I doing at that cafe?
Yeah, what vibes? Imagine if like you were at a cafe and someone came up to you and said, "You're the next Mr. Bean." We spoke to Archie, about acting and all that, but the thing that I was really excited about is that he said he was really passionate about ancient Egypt as a kid. And so he and I spoke about when you would tea stain a bit of paper and then singe the edges.
I think that is just a universal experience of growing up, of being at home, and it would come out sopping wet, a little piece of paper, tea stained, wouldn't it?
But then like tea is such a big part of British culture. I'm like, are they tea staining in other countries?
Yeah, desperate to know.
Do they have the tea bags available?
Yeah. I think Archie also gave some of the best acting advice to kind of future rising stars. He said, when you're in acting school, they're going to say to you, only 2 of you will make it. And you're looking around this big room. And he got told, you got to think the mentality of like, okay, well, me and who else? And I think you do have to think that way. You got to, be confident and go at things full throttle. And look, it's led him here. He's a Rising Star nominee. So it's probably not bad advice.
You got to have a winning mindset.
And last but not least, we have Posy Sterling for her role in Lollipop.
A really raw, stripped back, a kind of performance that you can't fake, even though I guess acting is fake. You know what I mean? It's like you can't cheat it.
No, you've either got it or you haven't, and she most certainly has got it.
And also, what's amazing, we spoke to her a little bit about this, is that it's a film about a woman who has been to prison and then has trouble with custody with her children and lots of very serious real world issues.
Yes.
And the film has now grown into a bit of a cause.
Yeah, like a movement.
A movement. And she was at Parliament with some of the film team talking about this stuff.
Yeah, she's clearly very passionate about it. I mean, she was handing out lollipops with kind of codes of how to get involved and to learn more about this movement, which is very impressive.
Because there's this problem of like, you come out of prison as a woman and you're entitled to like a 1-bed flat. But if you have children, you have to have multiple bedrooms, but they won't let you have your children if you can't have multiple bedrooms, but you're only allowed a 1-bed. It's like a catch-22 situation.
Yeah, it's nice to see someone who has, been involved in a role and is taking that, beyond the screen. They've not just yelled cut and she's gone. She's still very involved and passionate about this.
Also, I know I've said this about everyone, but like she was so nice.
She was lovely.
It's such a lovely group of people, which is, by the way, I think the key to making it in entertainment or any industry is, are you a nice person?
Yeah, she's a joy to watch and also endlessly talented, which I would say helps.
Yes, that does help as well.
I am so excited to see what this group goes on to do. I mean, judging, you read through those past, not just nominees, not even just winners, like the nominees are huge stars, and this is such a prestigious award.
It's so funny when you read a list of like Rising Star nominees, and you may not know some of them because they are Rising Stars or whatever, and you think, oh, these people. And then it's so weird to look back on it in a few years with new eyes and be like, oh, that's 5 of the most famous people in the world.
Yes.
It's so crazy. Now, we should mention, if we haven't already, this is a publicly voted award.
Yes.
The public votes for this award. And I will say the public chooses quite well.
Yeah, so it's down to you.
It's down to you. You can go to the EE voting website. You've got until 12 p.m. on the 20th of February.
That website is ee.co.uk/y-ee/BAFTAs.
I think you could probably also just Google EE Rising Star Award and it'll probably be the first result, I'd imagine.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. Also, you can tune into the EE BAFTA Film Awards on the 22nd of February to find out who wins.
And you can tune in on BBC One or BBC iPlayer. We should write a little note of who we think will win and then put it in and I don't know.
And then rip it up and blow it into the wind like a wish. Shout out BAFTA for letting us come to the nominee thing. It was
so fun.
Really fun. And hopefully we'll be at the BAFTAs as well.
Let's put that out there.
I'm putting it out there, manifesting it.
Fingers and toes crossed.
I'm Benedict Townsend.
And I've been Hannah Townsend.
If you haven't already, make sure to follow the show to get all the latest episodes. We have interviews, we have TV content and coverage. We have all sorts, don't we, Han?
Yes, we do.
Bye.
Bye.